It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News. This is an unscheduled live stream on Sunday morning, June 12th. Holland American ships are back in service today. So that's the top story for the morning. Got a couple other things to cover. Decided I would go ahead and do a live stream. And yes, I can get rid of the oxygen now. I'm sitting here not walking around. So today, by the way, folks, is National Peanut Butter Cookie Day. So our friend Emma over there in the UK, I'm sure she'll be out celebrating and searching countrywide for peanut butter cookies. We do have a bunch of ships sailing today from U.S. ports. In Manhattan up there in New York, we got the Norwegian Joy getting underway. Bayonne, New Jersey has the Celebrity Summit. Baltimore, the Carnival Legend. Port Canaveral, MSC Divina, Harmony of the Seas. Port Everglades, the Celebrity Equinox sails. Down in Miami, the Norwegian Breakaway. I think that schedule's straightened out. In New Orleans, Carnival Glory sails. Galveston, Carnival Dream, and Liberty of the Seas. Up in Seattle, the Discovery Princess. That's after Katie gets off of it this morning. Their time, of course. Discovery Princess sails along with Norwegian Encore, the Westerdam, which we're going to talk about. Also from Seattle, you've got Koenigsdam and Noordam land packages leaving today. From Vancouver, Serenade of the Seas, Celebrity Eclipse, and Viking Orion sail. Noordam land packages get started. Anchorage, New Amsterdam sails, and we've got land packages from the Grand Princess, Celebrity Millennium, and Royal Princess. In Fairbanks, we got land package from Grand Princess, Celebrity Millennium, Royal Princess, Noordam. And in Honolulu, we've got the Norwegian Spirit sailing today. And again, like I said, today's top story and main story, got a couple other things to cover, is Holland American ships back in service as of today. If you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or anywhere where you get your podcast from, like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pandora, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, all the main stops. You can get it. All right, folks, there's a couple reasons I'm doing this morning. One, I've been running tests trying to see the difference in videotaping these shows and doing live streams on these shows and comparing the amount of traffic, the amount of elongated traffic that comes to these shows on my channel past show day, and trying to come up with a way that keeps the numbers increasing on this channel so it doesn't get stagnant. So one of the reasons I'm playing with that, one of the reasons I did this without any advance notice, to see what this would pull up in a not standard time live stream. Also, because I did not make it clear yesterday that tomorrow's show will be pre-recorded. Those of you that have been following the medical issues know that my meeting with the oncologist is tomorrow morning. We do have a couple folks in the Chillie Cruises family that are sailing the world. Our buddies Gretchen and Fred, they're on the Regal Princess, which sailed from Barcelona. They're in the Western Mediterranean. As soon as they got on board, Fred had a beer. That's okay. Not sure what Gretchen had. Then lovely sushi. So anyway, they're on their way to Gibraltar. Kind of interesting to note that they are on board with the cast and crew of the reality show, The Real Love Boat. So I asked, is Fred planning on becoming a movie star? I did not get an answer back from Gretchen on that. And today is a rest in peace day for our buddy Bethany Barley. She's from down there in Tampa. We put in to rest in peace her 40s, because tomorrow when she wakes up, she'll be in her 50s. This, of course, is her birthday cruise. She had a light breakfast this morning and then went for the Sunday brunch on the Azamara Pursuit. This one just, to me, was amazing. So she loaded up some pictures of the buffet, the Sunday brunch, which was a little bit of everything, from breakfast stuff to fruit stuff to seafood stuff to omelets. I mean, you name it, it was on this thing. Sweets, of course. And then I saw a plate and I said, well, Bethany actually did pretty like that. That looks like a little eggs Benedict and a croissant and some fruit. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, she did pretty. But then after some more pictures popped up, then we see, there's some cheese and some fruit and some sweets. There was a little bit more to her being light with the brunch. And then I found another one that had some seafood on it. So now you put all that together, you end up with a plate like the old fat guy like me would have. I'm just teasing Bethany, of course. And the Azamara Pursuit is in the locks. This was probably, when I put this together an hour or so ago, in the locks going into Amsterdam today. And now my buddy, it's over in France today, Rochelle. She was in Sète, France, which was this neat little coastal village, I guess you'd call it. And Rochelle did get to go up on the mountain above Sète to the Chapel of Notre Dame on Mont Saint Clair. And that's the view from up there. This is awesome. Hopefully we'll talk Rochelle into coming on the show one of these days. That would be nice. And our buddy Katie, her last night on the Discovery Princess was Dressed to Impress night or something like that. And it's also the Baked Alaska Parade, which Katie, of course, had a nice little dinner. And, of course, the Baked Alaska for dessert. And then Katie and some of her buddies there on the cruise. Now, this definitely looks like 4 ladies that are going to misbehave. I love it. Wish I was there to misbehave with them. So that was Katie, and she'll be disembarking on the Discovery Princess here. And let's see, it's 6 o'clock in another couple hours. So her Alaska cruise will come to an end today. So I'll be back with the news stories after a break from one of our network sponsors. Okay, the news, the main story today, as we said, was Holland America is back in service. Actually, technically speaking, not for 4 or 5 more hours yet until they sail this afternoon. However, um, the Westerdam is the final ship to come back in service. So, for the first time since a long time ago, all Holland American ships will be sailing, which that means Uredam, Koningsdam, New Amsterdam, New Stettendam, Noordam, Oosterdam, Rotterdam, Zandam, and Zuiderdam will have returned to service. The Volendam, of course, is on special assignment in the Netherlands, so that one doesn't count. But today, Westerdam becomes the final Holland American cruise ship to welcome guests. It's been 2 years, a little bit better, since the last guest disembarked the Westerdam. That was on February 19th, 2020, in Sihanoukville, Cambodia. So the Westerdam takes people on today, and she will be sailing Alaska. There's 16 cruises now that the Westerdam will sail in Alaska, and it's primarily the Hubbard Glacier run. It goes to Juneau and Sitka and Ketchikan, and stops, of course, in Victoria. But then the plans for Westerdam changed, as the Westerdam was supposed to go on to Asia, but instead is going to do a 51-day Australia run from Seattle, which is just an awesome itinerary. The ship goes from Seattle on October the 2nd to Hawaii, gets into Honolulu on October the 8th, stays in Hawaii until the 11th of October, crosses the international date line on the 14th, gets to Samoa on the 18th, Fiji on the 20th, Vanuatu on the 24th, New Caledonia on the 26th, Papua New Guinea on the 30th, and into Australia on November the 3rd. Sails around Australia until the 10th, and it heads to New Zealand. It gets into Milford Sound, New Zealand on the 11th, then does 10 days or so in New Zealand, and gets back to Sydney, Australia on the 23rd. What an awesome bucket list cruise for a lot of people. That's, I think it's 57 days on the Westerdam after this year's Alaska sailing season. Something some of you might want to consider. I know I'd love to. A lot of money. It's not cheap. But that's clearly a bucket lister for a lot of people. All right, kind of a crappy story. A lot of cruisers returned in Norfolk Friday from a 6-day Carnival Magic cruise to the Bahamas, and find their cars broken into at the Cedar Grove parking lot, which is the secure parking lot for the cruise line and the city of Norfolk. Sergeant Pickering from the Norfolk Police confirmed to our buddies at WAVY TV that 4 cars were broken into while people were away on cruises. The lot is city-owned, but security is provided by an outside vendor. One of the passengers on the Magic said she returned to the parking lot to discover windows smashed and items missing from inside the car, including some money and keys that were in there. The city manager for Norfolk, Chip Filler, told Channel 10, our buddies at Channel 10, that Cedar Grove parking lot is a designated parking lot for Carnival cruise ship cruises that initiate at Half Moon Terminal. We provide 24-hour security, and all impacted passengers, please contact the Norfolk City Attorney's Office to file a claim. So if your car was broken into, there's at least some recourse on that one. Sad situation. Finally, they get to cruise in Norfolk, and then that happens. Wow. The final news item today comes from Lower Duck Pond in Lithia Park in Ashland. Police responded to a report of 2 dogs running loose and attacking ducks on Sunday. The officer cited a resident for the loose dogs. The ducks refused medical treatment and left the area, according to police records. That's it for the news for today, folks. There are some people in the chat room. What do you know? Rally is with us. Hi, Rally. Hot Air Tom is here. Nanook of the North, John. Cookie. Yeah, it's Cookie Day. Nikki's here. Hi, Nikki. Hot Air Tom says we have some Schwann's peanut butter cookies with chocolate chips. We'll have to toast one for you. Nice. I preempted a Candy Crush game. I'm awful sorry about that, Hot Air. Good luck with the doctor tomorrow. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind telling you, folks. You know, I've tried to keep my attitude where it needs to be for whatever happens tomorrow. But man, it's been the middle of the night. I keep waking up and thinking, oh, damn, what am I going to have to do? How much crap am I into now? Yeah, it's a little rugged. Thanks, Nikki. And Hot Air. I was thinking in and out of the doctor office, PDQ, or hungry for an In-N-Out burger. Yeah, I'm always hungry for that. That 51-day cruise sounds like one you should book, Nikki. That's Hot Air, Tom says. Was Norfolk security guy asleep in his chair? Well, apparently they don't have 24-hour security. They have roving security. So I guess roving security can go get a donut or whatever they do. But yeah, somebody, I mean, you know, to break into 4 cars, and because they broke windshields and got into the cars, that takes some time. Unless you had 4 people doing it all at once, and then you could get in and out. More than likely, this was one person, I would think. So yeah, that's got to take some time. So that's just sad. Somebody comes back from a cruise. I guess those of you that flew in and were bussed in don't have to worry about that. I also have found, and again, the reason I do it's because, I have trouble walking much, but I stay at a hotel the day before the cruise that has the, that'll park your car for the cruise, so it's in the hotel lot. That seems to me to be more secure, although that's not necessarily a fenced-in lot or anything like the city lot should be. I don't know. That's an interesting one. If any of you ever had problems with that on a cruise, I never have. Of course, I've only driven to the 4 that I did recently. Going to drive again to get on the next 2. And by the way, some of you may have seen around various places like JJ Cruise and Pete's solo group. I am kind of coordinating solo activities on the JJ Cruise 2 groups, which also I'm reaching out to any other solos that may be on Freedom of the Seas on June the 27th or July 1st sailing out of Miami. And if there are solos on that, I will be on embarkation day up somewhere in the vicinity of the Rum and Coconut Bar on deck 11. And by all means, come up and introduce yourself. And, I'll be the big fat guy running around on the scooter with an adult beverage in my hand. So, anyway, that's coming up here in a couple weeks. I'm assuming that I don't run into any problems on that from the doctor, because usually whatever has to be done is going to take longer than that to happen. So anyway, that's going to wrap me up for today, folks. Thanks for all of you guys for popping in, excuse me, on this unexpected live stream this morning. It'll be interesting to see what kind of response I get to this on the back end. So, and of course, thanks to Katie and to Bethany and to Gretchen and to Rochelle for me stealing your stuff off your Facebook feeds and having permission to use it. So that's always good for the channel, and I appreciate the chance to do that. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I'll talk to everybody. I'll do the show pre-recorded tomorrow. The show will go live at 11 o'clock. If I should get out of the doctor's office, I'll try to turn it into a live stream, but I'm not counting on it. So then I will see everybody on Tuesday for the next live travel and cruise industry news. So that's it for today, folks. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. This is the Big Fat Travel Guy. Have a fabulous day, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.